A reading from the book of Numbers. Today is May 29th. Our reading from the book of Numbers is chapter 32. The Reubenites and the Gadites owned cattle in very great numbers. Noting that the lands of Jazer and Gilead were a region suitable for cattle, the Gadites and the Reubenites came to Moses, Eleazar the priest, and the chieftains of the community, and said, Ataroth, Dibon, Jazer, Nimrah, Heshbon, Eliah, Sebam, Nebo, and Beon, the land that the Lord has conquered for the community of Israel is cattle country, and your servants have cattle. It would be a favor to us, they continued, if this land were given to your servants as a holding. Do not move us across the Jordan. Moses replied to the Gadites and the Reubenites, Are your brothers to go to war while you stay here? Why will you turn in the minds of the Israelites from crossing into the land that the Lord has given them? That is what your fathers did when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to survey the land. After going up to the Wadi Eshcol and surveying the land, they turned the minds of the Israelites from invading the land that the Lord had given them. Thereupon the Lord was incensed, and he swore, None of the men from 20 years up who came out of Egypt shall see the land that I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for they did not remain loyal to me. None except Caleb son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua son of Nun, for they remained loyal to the Lord. The Lord was incensed at Israel, and for 40 years he made them wander in the wilderness, until the whole generation that had provoked the Lord's displeasure was gone. And now you, a breed of sinful men, have replaced your fathers, to add still further to the Lord's wrath against Israel. If you turn away from him, and he abandons them once more in the wilderness, you will bring calamity upon all this people. Then they stepped up to him and said, We will build here sheepfolds for our flocks and towns for our children, and we will hasten as shock troops in the van of Israelites until we have established them in our home, while our children stay in the fortified towns because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our homes until every one of the Israelites is in possession of his portion. But we will not have a share with them in our territory beyond the Jordan, for we have received our share on the east side of the Jordan. Moses said to them, If you do this, if you go to battle as shock troops at the instance of the Lord, and every shock fighter among you crosses the Jordan at the instance of the Lord until he has dispossessed his enemies before him, and the land has been subdued at the instance of the Lord, and then you return, you shall be clear before the Lord and before Israel, and this land shall be your holding under the Lord. But if you do not do so, you will have sinned against the Lord, and know that your sin will overtake you. Build towns for your children and sheepfolds for your flock, but do what you have promised. The Gadites and the Reubenites answered Moses, Your servants will do as my Lord commands. Our children, our wives, our flock, and all our other livestock will stay behind in the towns of Gilead, while your servants, all those recruited for war, cross over at the instance of the Lord to engage in battle as my Lord orders. Then Moses gave instructions concerning them to Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the family heads of the Israelite tribes. Moses said to them, If every shock fighter among the Gadites and the Reubenites crosses the Jordan with you to do battle at the instance of the Lord, and the land is subdued before you, you shall give them the land of Gilead as a holding. But if they do not cross over with you as shock troops, they shall receive holdings among you in the land of Canaan. The Gadites and the Reubenites said in reply, Whatever the Lord has spoken concerning your servants, that we will do. We ourselves will cross over as shock troops at the instance of the Lord into the land of Canaan, and we shall keep our hereditary holdings across the Jordan. So Moses assigned to them, to the Gadites, the Reubenites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of King Og of Bashan, the land with its various cities and the territories of their surrounding towns. The Gadites rebuilt Dibon, Ataroth, Aror, Atroth-Shophan, Jazer, Jogbehah, Beth Nimrah, and Beth Haran, as fortified towns or enclosures for flocks. The Reubenites rebuilt Heshbon, Elilah, Kirathaim, Nebo, Balaamion, some names being changed, and Sibmah. They gave their own names to towns they rebuilt. The descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and captured it, dispossessing the Amorites who were there. So Moses gave Gilead to Machir, son of Manasseh, and he settled there. Jair, son of Manasseh, went and captured their villages, which he renamed Havoth Jair. And Noba went and captured Kenneth and its dependencies, renaming it Noba after himself.